we have a good time over here. We talk a lot of things over here, and we have a good time. And then at some point, debauchery comes, and then it's just all downhill from there.
Because I rewound I rewound. I said, wait a minute. You got titties.
That's
Satana. Ashley was at home with the two Omen babies, Damien and Damien Jr. Hee ha, Damien 666, devil child. Because when you're the spawn of Beelzebub and Satana, that's what happens. The bearded lady, her mammy Sheila came over. Y'all want to know what the girls are saying? The girls are saying that this was a shoot for his OnlyFans that went awry. They went in there, they did the licky licky sucky sucky, you do me, I do you shit that Brashear do for his OnlyFans, and they filmed it down to the Homewood Suites. And the girls, the internet porn sketch, they'll tell you all the stories. You know, I did a whole video about how Lady G, Lindsey Graham does the lines of coke off of the penises of the escorts down to the weekly Republican Party sex parties. You remember they shut down fucking Grindr when they had the RNC convention last summer. Child, listen. You talking blue pills, rhino pills, honey packs, and everything else known to man be rolling all through the streets of DC when they get ready to go to these good sex parties that they have. Y'all could have went and got something to eat. Y'all could have went and did something else with your life. You ain't have to watch. That's what we do. When y'all have y'all all white performances, maybe we go get us to eat. Some people go take them a smoke. Some people go get them a drink. Some people get a quickie in down to the bathroom. When you had somebody's Super Bowl party and you saw somebody cute and you told them to follow you in the bathroom so y'all can have a quickie while you suck them up, they suck you up, and you get a quick bust down, all in the 5 minutes that you that the halftime performance happened. Not that I would know anything about having a quick bust down at a Super Bowl party I was invited to. What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? The man ain't shit. His cabinet ain't shit. And all of those acolytes and sycophants that happen to be black, what did you get for all of that ass kissing, for all of that slobbing his knob and hanging from his testicle hairs that y'all did? Y'all ain't get a goddamn thing.
Please listen. This is how we know there is a God that sits on high and looks down low. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me, because I knew that there was a God when I looked on the X, formerly known as the Twitter, and I saw it wasn't no more Sean. I knew there was a God when I looked on the Instagram, and there was no more Krishan. I knew there was a God when I looked on the snap of the chat, the snappity of the chappity, and looked, and there was no Krishan. I knew there was a God when I looked on the Facebook, the book of faces, Mark Zuckerberg's playground, and I saw that there wasn't a Krishan. My God today, my God today, my God today. Let the people say amen.
Whoa, hello. Is this thing on? Can y'all hear me? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Y'all here? Can y'all hear me? I don't know if I know how to work this thing anymore. I've been gone so long. It's been so long. Oh, how I've missed you. Oprah hug, Oprah hug. Oh, my people. God. Let me go ahead and get this shot glass ready, because the moment I see Tanya in the chat, we got to take us a shot for Tanya. Let me say hey to y'all so we can get this party started, y'all. Hold on. See who in the chat. Hey, Ravine. Hey, Corey. Hey, Tracy W. Mama Bees, what's going on? The Informed, how are you, sir? Oh, I missed y'all so much. Candace F. Crazy homebody girl. Listen, y'all, I missed y'all so much. Drinks with D. There go my boo Tanya. Let me go ahead and get my shot ready for my girl. Tanya. Tanya's birthday was this past Monday on 420, and I was out of town, y'all know. But I made sure that I hit her up. She got something nice for me. I made sure I sent Tanya something because I couldn't go to her birthday party. Tanya know where I was. She know I had to be a certain place. I ain't have no choices, or I would have been at her birthday shindig. But I was there in spirit, and so I made sure on her birthday I sent her something. Man, I wanted to say, shit, we going y'all go ahead and get y'all. I'm doing the top shelf Monkey 47 from my girl, Tanya. All right, we just gonna do half and shot today because see the way I'm set up over here. I'd have been drinking all week. Tanya, you already know. I've been damn near drunk for a whole week. Tanya, I was drunk all week long. You know your people came too, Tanya. You know your people was in town, Tanya. But I'm gonna take a half a shot. You know, we still got a show to do. You know what I'm saying? Just a half a shot. God be with us. Anyway, mm. But there go our birthday girl, Tanya. Hey, DPG. We got Tracy birthday on Sunday. We gonna have to be live on Sunday so we can celebrate Tracy. See. Hey, Ravine. Oh, I said hey to Ravine. Universal Goddess. I've missed you, my love. DPG, I missed you, girl. Tamra, Tam. I missed you, my love. I missed all y'all. Hey, Yolanda Morgan. There go my boo, Demetria. You know I missed you, girl. Hey, Lock Queen. Where was y'all at? What was y'all doing while I was going? Was really be live while I was going during my time? Like, what was y'all doing during this time period? Who was the substitute teacher? Or did y'all just go over there to really be class? Hey, Uncle Jay. Child. I nude. You leaving Alpharetta? Okay. Hey, Tracy. What's going on, boo? Hey, Jay Parrish. How's it going? We is here. 3 Tars season drinks behind. You know what? See what I'm saying? Hey, KER Vixen. Hey, Miss E. Over Miss E said I'm over on Twitch so I can cuss when I want to and put links in the chat to do whatever I want. I ain't mad about it, Miss E. We love you down. Child. Here come them Tauruses, child. I keep trying to tell y'all, them Tauruses, baby, you want some of the best sex of your existence? Go on over there to the Tauruses. They'll show you a good time. Now, afterwards, they ain't gonna pay you no mind. They're gonna act like ain't nothing happening and leave you, just throw you to the side like like it wasn't nothing. B done gave you the best sex you done had in your life. Montrez, what's good, bruh? What is up? Child. Y'all see Tanya had to put it in the chat. Tanya said, you're not going to mess this up for mine. Well, happy 20th Deltaversary to, oh, God. What year is it for me? Mine was last month in March. On March 10th for the frat, March 13th for the chapter. It was No, oh, I'm scared to say. Oh, dear God. Oh, that just made me feel old. Oh, I didn't know I've been in the frat that long. Oh, dear God. I ain't gonna even say how long it's been. Oh, don't do that. Ravine. Oh, don't do that. Hey, precious jewel. Hey, green girl. Okay, let me put this back up here. So when we take this shot, I'm ready. Now listen. Now listen. Hey, Sharice Boo. What's going on? My California girl, my Cali girl, Sharice. Can I tell y'all, I have had a week. I have had a week. Been working like a Hebrew slave, but it is finished. It is over, honey. Mm, mm. Hey, Janae. What's going on, beautiful? What is going on? Um, so let me let me get this shot going for Tanya. Mm, mm. Y'all, I'm really tired. I am a tired soul. Do you hear me? I've been having 20-hour days for the last week. 20-hour days. And sometimes longer than that. I was getting like 2 or 3 hours of sleep a day. A day. Working like a dog. But baby, we got through it. It is over. I ain't got the I have such a big weight off my shoulders. Oh, I have more free time now. My life can go back to being regular. I don't have to do as much traveling. Oh, so good. Mm. Yes, we got the class field trip coming up. Book your plane. Y'all just go ahead and book your plane tickets now. I don't know if jet fuel prices are going to go down anytime soon. So since we don't know if jet fuel prices are going to go down anytime soon, we might as well go ahead and get our tickets now. Get your plane tickets if you have to fly. Get it now so you could be with us on the field trip. Um, y'all hold on one moment, please. I gotta go to the door. I hear somebody at the door. Hold on one moment. All right, I'm back. Tracy say planes, trains, automobiles, buses, whatever you got to do, get there. All right, so we finna celebrate Tanya. Tanya made sure she put the right words for her birthday because she know I was gonna forget. Can I tell y'all when I was out of town, somebody gave me a jar, a mason jar filled with pineapple lemonade moonshine. When I tell you that thing don't owe me nothing and got me fucked up. Got me fucked up, y'all. Somebody decide what I had to go pick up a gift. Somebody gave me a gift. And it's kind of big. I don't really want to open it, but I've been getting gifts all over the place from a bunch of different people still. Anyway, somebody took me also to a really fancy restaurant. Like they spent like over $400 on me, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, people kind of made me feel good this while I was going this week. The people was doing me right. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, somebody else came to my hotel room yesterday because it was like my last full day, and they came to my hotel room and said, before you go to this good meeting, I need to show you something. Threw me on the bed and just, mm, mm. Woo, child, child. Let's just say a good time was had by all. All right, we finna take our drink for Tanya, okay? We finna take our drink for Tanya. Because we love Tanya. She's one of our hall monitors over here. All right? This is for our girl, Tanya. Excuse me. This is for our girl, Tanya, okay? Now, Tanya, I apologize that I only got a half a shot, but Tanya, you already know how it's been going down for me all week long. Tanya, you already know. You already know, Tanya. All right, up to it, down. Wait, oh, it's on the screen. There it is. Up to it, down to it. We do it because we used to it. Fuck those who don't do it. Drink, motherfucker, drink. Woo. Oh. Oh. Okay. 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 Woo. I'm not doing this with you, Tracy. I'm not doing this with you. I'm gonna call the Bay on his birthday. I ain't giving him no birthday gift, but I'll call him. I was going through withdrawal missing y'all too, DPG. Y'all got to catch me up on what I missed because I was not on no news cycle. I have nothing. I didn't even have my phone on me most of the time. Boy, that was good. Um, yeah, I was leaning, Miss Shorty B. Child. But I told you I have not talked to 4 for 4 in about 6 weeks now. I haven't talked to 4 for 4 in like 6 weeks. I'm just saying. I ain't talked to him in like 6 weeks. Child. The head on this thing is bigger than everything 4 for 4 had going on. Anyway, ooh, I said that out loud. Oh, Jesus God. Um, that is not why I had 20-hour days. I was legitimately working. Demetria, I'm trying to tell you. Tanya can tell you. When I go away, I be having 20-hour days. Tanya can tell you. Tanya came to one of my events and things that I do in January. Tanya could tell you. She was up a long time. Tanya was looking at me. Tanya know how we party be like, ooh, they be in there getting it. It be serious putting all that stuff together. I ain't think about him. You're welcome, Tanya. I think we supposed to do chasing tonight. I think we said we was gonna do it tonight. Hold on, let me see. Let me check with the girls. Let me check with the girls. Hold on, cause that way I could give y'all this update to see if we doing chasing tonight. Baby, listen. I think we doing chasing tonight. I think that's what we said. I think we said we was doing chasing tonight. Hold on. I'll let y'all know. I don't think it's my night though. I don't think it's my night. We're supposed to do it tonight. Last time we talked, Really B said she's not doing a tribe meeting tonight, and we're going to do a chasing panel tonight, maybe 7 or 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. That's what Really said. Listen, Tanya, know. Terrence, what's good, bruh? I'm back, baby. I'm back. Are you riding with our girl Janae? Anyway, y'all, it's a lot going on. Listen, I go out of town for a week, and I come back, and it's just so much going on. Hey, Catherine Powell. Catherine Powell, you got to stop. These people, every time I peek my head in over there, down to the beef sector, I be in the cloud sometimes watching. I be like, they be over there bothering with my girl Catherine. They always bothering Catherine. Catherine don't be bothering nobody. And they always be bothering Catherine. Okay. I was just checking. So y'all, it's a lot talking. It's a lot going on today. Lot to talk about. Lot in terms of politics going on, and we got to get it in. We got to get it in today. I've missed y'all. Y'all have missed me. I've missed spiking out over shit, and so we gonna make it do what it do. We are. We are. Mm-hmm. We gonna make it do what it do. So let me make sure, just in case our senior, I don't even know what to call it today. I almost said our senior fuck shit correspondent because all I can describe the Department of Defense as right now is fuck shit. But if our senior correspondent can come up today, he might be getting ready for work, y'all. So don't hold him to it. He might be getting ready for work, but we'll either way we'll make it do what to do. But y'all know, Larry, your voice should be real good today. Your voice should be pristine today. The clarity. Hey, Savon. I'm glad to be back, Savon. I missed you. The clarity in your voice should be impeccable today. And so, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, non binary, gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like. Major sugar spike. So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son. Major sugar spike. And shall ever believe. Major sugar spike. They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So, we'll start off today as we always have. And we do have with us, are you ready? Senior correspondent. All right. No worries. Take your time. We'll start off today with this war that we're still enthralled in. Here's some updates from the military front. So, some of you all may or may not know, they fired the Secretary of the Navy. They fired, well, they're saying they officially he resigned effective immediately, but they're saying he was fired by Pete Hegseth, but Hegseth, as the Secretary of Defense, doesn't have the authority to fire the Secretary of the Navy. That can only come from the Commander in Chief. So they're saying he resigned effective immediately, but he was fired. Meanwhile, you should know the man was never in the military, never in the Navy, and never had anything to do with the military experience. But yet, his claim to fame was having, and I'm not making this up, y'all, a great stash of porn. Hey, little baby. Hey, Bama girl. Hey, little baby. His claim to fame was having a great a stash of porn and being good friends with Donald John. And so he was appointed Secretary of the Navy. Because when you're a commander in chief and were a draft dodger, why not have a Secretary of the Navy that can barely even spell the word Navy, much less have been in the Navy? And the guy that's supposed to be the interim Secretary of the Navy, the undersecretary is going to be the interim secretary. Yeah, he's okay. He's a he's a crazy conspiracy theorist nut job who thinks that witchcraft is taking over America. And yes, we are in for a treat. We absolutely have our senior, you can't make this shit up, reporter and correspondent with us today. Terrence, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. Glad you made
I've
it back
missed you.
okay.
I've
Missed you
missed
too,
you,
sir.
sir.
Missed you too, sir. Because this, I've been at the house spiking the fuck out by myself. Like I almost need to get Larry on like a soundboard for my house because literally, my guy, you can't make this shit up. What you just spoke on is again, once again, some shit you just can't make this shit up.
Mm-mm.
To have a first of all, to have a felon in the White House.
Mhm.
That's offensive. That's offensive as hell. Number one,
Hey, Miss Kiki.
to have a vice president who,
Fucks couches.
yep, and was a, as I understand it, a piss poor Marine from everything I know and everything I've heard, and that is especially being a correspondent, basically combat camera. He took pictures and wrote stories for the Marine Corps. Nothing wrong with that, but my dude, you weren't dodging bullets. Shut the fuck up. At most, you were dodging a mortar here and there because the fob that you were at was getting attacked. Please go sit down and have several seats.
Hey, Cymera. Hey,
You have
Ajoa.
a disgraced sec def who was who never who in 20 something years he only made it to the rank of major. For those of y'all who are not military or military adjacent, a 20-year major, most people get out either before they make major or they retire as a like a lieutenant colonel, maybe a full bird colonel. You don't see very many majors retiring. You don't see very many people retiring at the rank of major, especially when they've done 20 plus years. To do 20 plus years, not go above major, never hold a major command billet, and to be in charge of to be in charge of the entirety of the DoD is doubly offensive.
Uh,
You can't make this shit up. The amount of unqualified individuals inside the Pentagon right now, all the way down to all the way down to the individual branch secretaries, is appalling. And they're all political appointees, or they're friends of PD Kegstand.
Let me tell y'all something. If we were watching another major alleged superpower, engaged in the middle of a war, having all of their military generals either fired, resign, or just leave carte blanche and say, just fuck it all, we would be saying, what the fuck is going on? And we would be laughing. And here we are. Here we are. Here the fuck
We
we
w-
are.
we would be laughing. We would be afraid. We would be all the things because again, what you're starting to see is you're starting to hear reports from troops who are being told by commanders that this is a divine mission that we're on, right? And other shit that fucking fried my gears last week, and it just hit my brain again. We had reports that that the the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff had to tell the president no to a nuclear launch order. What the actual fuck? You can't make this shit up. To be told that the commander in chief has to be removed from certain briefings before he makes a
Yeah, they're
decision.
not even allowing him in the situation room at times because
My God.
but I told y'all from the beginning. I told y'all from I think day 2 or 3. Do not be surprised if there's nuclear talks of nuclear warfare. But
Right.
here, I think the two big things, three big things that has happened over the last few days. First thing, the United States have are still on the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz.
Hmm.
Apparently, the United States, one of it was Greece and who else was it? Greece was one of. There were two ships trying to come up out of the Strait of Hormuz, and the Iranians said, "Hey, bitch,
Oh
you did
yeah.
not pay the multipass.
Multipass.
You didn't give us our. You ain't run us our coins, bitch."
Run me my
And
tanker or run me my coins. Which one you gonna give me?
run me my taker or run me my coins. I'm just saying. They boarded the ship, took control of the ships, and sailed the ships because they were in Iranian waters. It wasn't
Yep.
even bad. They weren't even like in the middle of the strait because they were afraid of being blown up by fucking mines that the
Or
United.
worse, or
Right.
worse, a drone that a drone that's been fired and is now just kind of hanging out waiting.
So these bitches are sailing in Iranian waters. Iran say, "Hey, bitch, who the fuck are y'all? Y'all got our money?" They said, what are you talking about?" Well, actually, I think they said they remained silent. They said, "Oh, you think it's a game?"
Hmm.
And they then boarded the tankers, took them over, and sailed them into Iran.
Yep,
Sailed
off the
into
coast
their
of
port.
Iran.
Uh
They
huh.
are showing DIW that's dead in the water right now off the coast
Mm-hmm.
of Iran. And the United States' response to that was, "Hey, we don't see that as a violation of the
Mm-hmm.
ceasefire agreement. We see because that tanker's not flagged as Israeli
I'm
or
I'm
U.S.
gonna
flagged.
remember.
So
I'm gonna remember who the second one was, but it was two countries who we are allies with. It was Greece and it was somebody else, some other
was it a
European country.
euro? Was it a euro country?
Yes, it was Greece and
Okay,
another
then
European country. I can't think of
well,
it.
for all intents and purposes, when we're talking about stuff like this, it may be flagged by that, but it's basically a EU ship at that point in time. Just to
Hmm.
kind of bring it all together, because we are allies with damn near everybody in the EU, or we have some type of agreement for trade or whatever with these people in the EU. So for them to not see that as a break of the ceasefire is very telling.
Mm.
Is very, very telling because any other time we would have gone on the offensive for this. And I'm not saying we should be going back on the offensive by any means, but this that no action is a break from the norm.
And what it says is we have basically declared our only real ally is Israel. And you're
Hmm.
talking about a country who is wholly dependent on our money and resources. So that ain't no ally that can help you.
Absolutely not. And as you've noticed, Israel straight up came out and said, yeah, so if y'all go in on the ground in Iran, you on your own. We will not be sending any Israeli soldiers to fight in a war that we caused you to start.
The other thing that the United States did was in response to this. Now, I don't know if I haven't heard that they've done it yet, but your president said that now the military will be searching and killing all small boats by all small boats belonging to the Iranians in the water, searching and in his words, quote, kill. They will search and quote kill all small boats in the Strait of Hormuz. The problem with that is Iran has tens of thousands of small boats that they can
Yep.
put out there.
Yep. And they all look either one of two ways. They all look like the traditional Dow ships of the area, which can literally go across the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea, if even float out into the Gulf of Oman, right? But these other ships that the IRGC has, these some of their ships look just like that. They look very, very indigenous, and you can't tell, okay, is this an IRGC? Is this an IRGC ship, or is this a commercial vessel? And here's the real kicker. If you run up on one of these dhows that looks like just a normal ship in the shipping lanes and the waters, just kind of hanging out and doing a cruise, hey, you might float right past that ship, and then that ship can drop about 2 mines, or that ship can freaking flip a tarp open, and now you're facing down a 50 caliber machine gun, or worse. Like, we are not equipped for this type of warfare. One, our ships can't get in. When the ships can't get in, even the small rubber boats, when those can't get in, we have a problem. All right. Our big stick for the United States is not our Air Force. As much as we love to say, oh, our Air Force, we put warheads on foreheads, it's not. In order to be considered a world power, you must have a great blue water navy. The United States has a great blue water navy. We've got a very big navy. We have the capabilities to park a small city off the coast of any country in about 2 to 3 weeks. And the fact of the matter is, you can't control the waterways with just aviation assets alone. It
Hey,
needs to be
Paul.
an integrated type of it needs to be an integrated type of situation, right? You got the ships, you got the big ships in there to project power, right?
Hey, Antonia.
You project that power from the large flat tops via helicopters and VBSS, uh, vessel board search and seizure teams. You control it that way. Trying to control and trying to get the Strait of Hormuz cleared up of small boats using Apache helicopters and A-10 Warthogs, all of which are very susceptible to shoulder fire missiles. It's a fool's mission. It's a fucking fool's errand, and you run the risk of losing or possibly killing the wrong people.
Well,
This strategy is eight kinds of fucked up.
I have to give great credit to our good friend, Mr. Malcolm Nance, who from day one of the fucking war warned about these small boats and the fact that they have tens of thousands of them. Now, here's the issue. We know that these people are stupid enough to think that they're dealing with the same fucking situation in the Strait of Hormuz that they're dealing with off of the coast of Venezuela and Colombia, in the Caribbean Sea and in the Eastern Pacific, where they're just taking small boats and shit out at will. The difference here is that's one boat. The difference here is these people have tens of thousands of votes. Now, this gets me to my segue, which is the other huge military news. The other huge military news comes on two fronts. We learned one, that Iran has not even begun to really dig into their stockpiles of weaponry. It is being reported by multiple credible outlets that Iran has not even really started to go in on the amount of stockpiles of weaponry that they fucking have in their arsenal. If we thought they spent their load, they have not. And that's coming from multiple credible sources, not just U.S. Reporting, but reporting from credible sources around the world. That's the first side of it. The second fucked up news is we pretty much going through, in some cases, more than half of our arsenal. And they're saying it could be years before we could even think of trying to replenish said arsenal. And if anything goes down with any other country of note, we will not be prepared. We're not
And
prepared for the rest of this war.
we are not. And don't think that China ain't been paying attention.
Huh.
China has literally been sitting on in a big ass comfy chair in their comfy clothes with a cup of coffee, looking out the window like, damn shame I'm about to take Taiwan. We don't have the I've said it before and I'll say it again. And like you said, it's been reported not only that Iran has only dug into about 40% of their entire stockpile. Once they dig out, because if you guys haven't noticed or been notified, Iran is at those missile sites, those storage sites where they had all of these weapons. They're already there digging themselves out. Okay. So they built these things into the mountains to protect it from bombing. Now, we don't know if the U.S. Massive ordnance penetrator was actually able to make it deep enough to cause any damage down there, right? Because what you want to try to do is you want to try to keyhole those things and go one, get as far down as you can and have it go off, and then drop another one down the same hole to try to get a little bit deeper. From what it's looking like, the way the Iranians are digging out, I don't even think we cracked the shell, which means they're about to uncover and unearth and move out tens of thousands of drones, thousands of ballistic missiles, and hundreds of ballistic missile launchers. This has been widely reported by Al Jazeera and covered by, again, Malcolm Nance. It- we did nothing. We did absolutely nothing.
But waste billions upon billions of dollars.
Exactly. And if you'll recall, we talked about the lengthy amount of time it takes to replace our missiles. Like you said, we don't have the capacity. We don't have the capacity. What they're trying to do to try to gain capacity, I don't know if you've seen the reporting on this, but they're trying to use I forget exactly what it's called, but it's a Defense War Authorization Powers Act, something crazy like that, to get the civilian sector, like automakers, in on the building of weapons, like we did during World War II, to try to increase capacity. They're already looking at that. There's already been talks of this. You I keep saying it. You can't make this shit up.
You cannot. It's so it's almost hilarious, but it's scary. And I just don't. Here's how unserious we are. These people are talking about negotiating with Iran about their nuclear armament, and they send people over there that are not scientists, that have no knowledge of the science behind nuclear armament or disarmament. They're sending fucktards like JD Vance and other people. So Iran is there at peace talks with scientists, with people who have expertise in all of these areas. We're sending blowhards over there because we are xenophobic, we're racist, and we've underestimated our opponent, and we think we're the smartest ones in the room. Yet we're sending the dumbest bitches on earth, and they're
Hmm.
even in trying to negotiate anything with their uranium and their nuclear armament. The people from our side that are going there have literally no clue what that involves, what it means, or anything of the such. So if Iran really wanted to, they could fuck us. And I think
They
uh,
already are.
they are. If not for the Pakistanis being there to probably say, "Hey, let's just try to have let you know what we'll pick this up in a week or two," because they probably looking at us like, "Bitch, you just gonna say yes to that shit?" Do you know what? Because we have stupid people there. Right, the
Hmm.
Jared Kushners of the world, because all he care about is making more money off the backs of his father-in-law and their name. That's all he cares about. I mean, his daddy got money, but the daddy wasn't really giving him no money like that. So he had to get married to Ivanka Trump, who I have no reason to believe that she probably hasn't been fondled by her father. And that may sound horrible, but I have no reason to believe that at some point her father did not watch her change.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this as a father. I've never once looked at my daughter and thought, man, she's hot. Not one time in my life have I ever let that cross my mind. Why? Because that's my damn child. Who the fuck looks at their child in that manner? But this is the good Christians who are supporting this man. And he's out here ogling his daughter. Yep.
Y'all,
Unserious unserious is not a strong enough word for the United States of America at this point.
these people are not well mentally. They're not. They're not well mentally. But the only good thing is we haven't had a lot of actual bombs being dropped, at least in Iran. Now, Gaza, they never really stopped over there in Gaza. Let's just be clear. There's word that there is quote a ceasefire in Lebanon, but there's still quote a ceasefire in Gaza, and they still ain't stopped bombing Gaza. So for
Nah.
whatever that means.
Two Al Jazeera journalists killed, one of which tracked via
So
her cell phone.
now the Pentagon itself said today it could take up to 6 months to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, even if everybody went back into their respective corners today.
Yep. Minesweeping is slow. It is it's slow, it's methodical, and it's nerve-wracking work because not only do you have to find the mine, but then you have to determine what kind it is. Can we disarm it? Do we just put a bunch of C4 on it and blow it in place? And then, okay, did we find all the mines?
And
Because
then
what they're
go ahead.
finding, no, sorry, no, it's all good. What they're finding out right now is that a lot of these mines are being remote floated. They're being dropped. They go down to the bottom, and then somebody at some point in time hits a freaking button. Mine pops up to the top. Ship doesn't see mine. Ship now has gaping hole inside. That's not conducive to staying afloat. Oh,
We've talked a lot about the human casualty, the military warfare What we haven't talked about is the environmental attack on this. Environmentalists are saying that there are so many oil leaks in the Persian Gulf because of the hundreds of ships that are there. There are so many. They say that the Persian Gulf is virtually uninhabitable at this point for
Hmm.
marine wildlife.
Hmm. Because here's the thing with these large ships, they leak. They leak like a sieve, and they leak everything and every type of oil and fluid that might be on that ship is eventually going to leak off of that ship and into the water. Normally, that's not that big of a deal because it's spread out over the entirety of an ocean, right? But when you have this many ships sitting in one place at the same time and all of their crews are on the ship and they're still making use of all of their ship's amenities, yeah, you're going to create a lot of leaking. You're going to create a lot of leaking. And then not only that, how many of these ships had full bilge tanks when they pulled in and they were going to eventually start dropping bilge or pump out the bilge at their next port? But now they're stuck there and their bilge tanks are overrunning.
Hey, Miss Felicia.
But for those of y'all who don't know what the bilge is, that's the very, 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 very bottom, and that's where all your gray and black water goes to be either discharged at some point in time or sucked off via a vacuum type situation, almost like a porta potty. It's crazy, crazy.
The last thing that people are not paying attention to, but you feel it more, is your president and his administration, in their infinite stupidity, have been touting the fact that, oh, countries are coming to us to buy oil or to buy jet fuel. Hey, idiots. Hey, idiots. We don't have a surplus of jet fuel. We don't have enough jet fuel to just be giving out jet fuel. We don't have oil surpluses where we could just tell people to come and buy our oil like that. That's kind of not how this works. So now our jet fuel is on the verge of collapse. The EU, because there's no natural gas coming out of the Strait of Hormuz at all, the EU at this point, the Europeans, they're on the verge of an energy collapse. East Asia is at this point about to start telling people to ration their energy. And
And
now our
uh,
own jet fuels will now start to be depleted, and our prices for flights will skyrocket. And even if we get another surge or surplus, they're never going to go down on their prices, just like they didn't with COVID.
yep. So here's the thing with the fuel and the diesel and the jet fuel. Normally, we do have a surplus. Normally, we do. Normally, we do have a surplus of those items. The only difference is that we keep a we keep an we keep we artificially handicap ourselves and put ourselves in a deficit with jet fuel and diesel fuel because we do export a lot of it because we make a lot. But like you said, all of those ships coming here are going to make our domestic prices high, and then they're going to keep our domestic prices high. It's it's sitting in a tree and cutting off the limb that you're sitting on while screaming, "I'm afraid of dying from falling." That's the equivalent of what we're doing as a country right now when it comes to diesel and diesel and jet fuel. If you look at China, China said, "No, we're not exporting nothing. Everything stays here locally because y'all about to fuck us up." The biggest problem is gonna come when, if and when we ever get back to some type of normalcy around here, meaning the strait is open and everybody's transiting, paying whatever the new toll is gonna be, whatever that's gonna be. It's still gonna take us at least 2 to 3 years to see gas prices start to drop and for us to even start to refill our strategic surplus. Because right now it's getting low. Strategically, we've got about 21 days of we got about 21, 22 days of gas in this country at any point in time.
Friend, we're glad to be back doing what we do. You know, you can't get this type of coverage everywhere. I'm just saying. Y'all, we're going to keep ourselves abreast on everything going on. This is not ending anytime soon. The best part of us being in war again are the videos, the Lego videos coming out of Iran. That's the best
Crushing
part.
the
That is
game.
that is the one beacon of hope, the shining light in the darkness of the fucking Lego videos coming out of Iran right now. Okay,
Whoever their producer is killing the game right now. He
is
just changed the rap game for like the next, at least to the end of this war.
Jay Spicy original. I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway, sir, I thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
coming up and being with us. We got a lot to talk. Oh, I'm going. Oh, it's so much
Yeah,
going on.
it's been a week. It's been a fucking week.
Y'all just let me stay out of town for a whole week and let all this stuff. Y'all was supposed to hold it down and keep all this stuff from happening while I was gone.
Look, man, there was a thing on the wall marked "break glass in case of emergency." We broke the glass so much that the box is now in pieces. So we need a
Right.
new one.
Now you beating down the box because ain't no more glass to beat down.
Yeah, bro. Like the hammer and everything is like in pieces. Like I need a whole new situation.
Oh man. Well, listen. I thank you again. Thank
No
y'all.
worries,
Can y'all
sir.
put a shondo in the chat to our senior? You can't make this shit up correspondent for the day. Thank you, sir. Have a great day
You
at
too,
work,
sir.
and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, that was our senior. You can't make this shit up correspondent in here today to give us a breakdown on all things the Iran war. In other sugar spiky news, in case you missed it, Republicans are now talking about pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. Yes, members of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee are actually discussing in talks about whether President Donald John should pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. That Ghislaine Maxwell who lured little girls into a sex trafficking ring. Literally, thousands of little girls were lured into a sex trafficking ring where they had untenable and unthinkable atrocities happen to them. And the bitch didn't bat an eye. The bitch still is trying to blackmail people based on the information she knows. She don't feel no ways about it. No remorse, no anything. She don't feel no kinds of ways. They're saying they're actually discussing this is what people and your government are discussing whether or not Donald John should pardon this fuck bitch in exchange for her cooperation in the Epstein investigation by this committee. And it's all of the Republican candidates. Because the Democrats all came out and said, no, that's them bitches over there. Those whores are trying to get a pardon for this bitch. Meanwhile, all of them whores in the fucking cabinet, right? CashApp and Bessett and Hegseth and even Skank Bondi. All of these whores back in 2023 and 2024 were out here banging the drum, sounding the alarm about we have to get retribution for what happened in the Jeffrey Epstein trial. Right? And now these are the same bitches that are now about to pardon his co-conspirator, his lady in waiting that would sit there and be she was probably more responsible for those girls getting to his island than anyone else. Some of the victims often talk about how when they met her, she tried to have this matronly and motherly aura about herself while luring them to be victims of unimaginable sexual assault. And these bitches are conceiving a world where they're going to ask the man who's in that in the files more times than anybody else besides Epstein himself. They're expecting him to do the right. These are the people that these are the people. These are the people that y'all vote for. This is why when you have raggedy bitches like a Tina Campbell and some of these other fuck bitches talking about they saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, mighty burning fire, and they Christian and shit, and you could dare come out of your dick suckers talking about you believe in God and believe in Christ and could say that you felt that that was a better option to vote for something like that, and in the next breath tell me how you believe in God, I'm going to go with what you tell me, then burn in hell, you raggedy bitch, because y'all the bitches believe that everybody going to burn in hell, all of the horrible things that they've done, then you should burn in hell. All of the CC Winans and Tina Campbells and shit, I'll give you exactly what you say. Burn the fucking hell, bitches. Because there's no world where you can in one breath tell me that your Christian beliefs can't make you, has to force you, the Holy Spirit convicted you and made you, and God spoke to you and told you to pick the right person. And you tell me that the God that you believe in told you that Donald John was the right person. The same man known for raping women over and over and over. The same man that if he met you would spit on you. The same man that believes that whole races of people, to include the race you belong in, are not human. Y'all want to tell me that. The same man involved in probably the largest pedophilia sex ring known to man. And it's not a newsflash that we knew he was in there. We've known for some time he was in the files. During the first fucking run back in 2016, the bitch told us that he would walk through fucking beauty fucking pageants with 14 and 15-year-olds and look at naked little girls, and you raggedy bitches, the Tina Campbells of the world and the CC Winans of the world, telling us that they were convicted by God, will burn in hell, you raggedy bitches. And that's for any of these other bitches that try to castigate us and browbeat us, telling them, oh, their Christian convictions made them vote for that. Really? If that's your Christian conviction, I don't want it. You clearly ain't Christian that I thought I knew. Burn the fucking hell, you raggedy bitches. Hey, Really B, how are you? I'm just spiking out. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. But these are the same women who clearly will sit in a church where you know the pastor is openly public about fucking half the women in there, beating his wife side her head every time you turn around. And they don't bat an eye, but want to browbeat somebody because they seem to believe that homosexuality is a sin. And now they want to castigate you to hell. Burn in hell forever, you raggedy bitches. I want y'all to go and watch. Donald John never confesses to be Christian. He just wants the Christian money. But that's the one who y'all say, y'all were convicted. Let me move on, because I'm about to spike out. But I just want y'all to know that this is coming. Do not be surprised when we live in a country that says, yeah, just go ahead and pardon this monster. And while some of you all will say, I don't care, you talk to me when it's about black people. Well, here we are. Here the fuck we are. Here the fuck we are. Here we are. So now, you listen. We are in a time now where they don't even try to hide their racism anymore. They're not trying to hide it. They're not trying to sugarcoat it. They're not trying to be covert about it. No. No. We want all of our racism out and in the open. What are you talking about, elteddy27? I'm glad you asked. So the Department of Justice has announced a criminal indictment of the Southern Poverty Law Center. What is the SPLC, elteddy27? Interesting. The SPLC was the legal arm behind much of the civil rights movement. Most people couldn't name the organization, but you can't have a civil rights movement with just nonviolent protesting. There had to be a political arm to this. There had to be lawyers involved to get people out of jail when they were arrested for protesting, to actually craft arguments that you would go to the Supreme Court with, to actually be the ones that would do the work behind the scenes to thwart all of the other agents of death and destruction, like the Ku Klux Klan, the Aryan Nation, and all of the other racist groups, right? Well, they are accusing the SPLC of fraud and they say that the SPLC is defrauding their donors because the SPLC had informants inside of the Ku Klux Klan and the Aryan Nation and all of the other entities that meant no good for black people. Now, you should know the only reason that we've been able over decades to find some of the bodies of black people that had been slain, murdered, and hidden away was because we had informants inside of these organizations that we were paying to provide us with information. There are countless numbers of cases where the SPLC, because of information they got from their clandestine informants that they were paying, were able to go to this wooded area, go to a lake, go to some area where there was no way we should be able to find out, but because they had informants on the inside, they were able to find them. The SPLC also uses informants to find out when new organizations sprout up. Hey, Department of Justice, FBI, CIA. Last time I checked, you bitches pay fucking informants to find out information. But this has nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with it being open season on any organization or entity that could come against these people and their authoritarian dictatorship. Because if they're doing this to the SPLC, the HRC, the Human Rights Commission, that the gays, the Rainbow Coalition compound depend on, they're coming after that. The ACLU, you can get some too. I told y'all a long time ago, if you think that they're not going to declare organizations like the NAACP as domestic terrorists and come after them as well, you're dreaming. It is fucking open season. And what's most dangerous about this is because the organizations that I called out, the HRC, the SPLC, the ACLUs, these are organizations that have money and have legal teams that actually do the work. They're not the ones on the front lines of the protest. They're the ones in the courtrooms getting laws passed or laws stricken from the books. They're the ones that actually are doing the work and moving the needle. And when and if they are being strategic and smart about this. When you can do this to these entities, then it doesn't matter how many times you protest. It doesn't matter how much you voice your opinion. If you do not have lawyers, legal teams that are going to go into courtrooms and fight the fight there, it's all for nothing. And they know that. And so they are doing this so strategically and so quickly. And now let's be clear, SPLC has phenomenal lawyers. Let's be clear. Some of the greatest legal minds of all time. But the point that I'm making is you have an organization like the SPLC being indicted on things, right? Where are the indictments on the Ku Klux Klan? Where are the indictments on the Aryan Nation? Where are the indictments on the Proud Boys and QAnon? Oh, I'm sorry, your president pardoned all of those people. So technically, he didn't commute their sentences. He pardoned them, which washed away all of their crimes and gave the stamp of approval. So you're okay with all of these organizations being full-throated racists and bigots and having free reign to run through the fucking streets, right? But nobody that's going to fight for the marginalized community. I want y'all to see what's going on here. That's why I told y'all from the beginning, I'm not having conversations with anybody over there. I don't want no parts of them. I don't want them coming over here. I don't want to entertain conversations. I don't give a fuck if you come over here. Oh, I've seen the light. Oh, fuck you and fuck whatever light you've seen. I don't want it. Stay your ass over there. I don't negotiate. Nope. Nope. This, when I saw this, y'all, this is scary. This right here is scary as hell. And I don't think people realize how scary this is, because most of the entities and organizations that are actually the ones that get the work done to change laws are organizations people don't know the names of and can't call out, because they work behind the scenes, making court briefings. This is scary, y'all. This is very scary. We're going to monitor the situation, but this is complete. This is like I said, all of those entities, for those of us that know the entities, and I just called out a couple like SBLC, HRC, ACLU, and things like that. People do not understand how important they have been to this country. Right. This is a problem. This is a real problem. We'll monitor the situation, y'all. In other news, well, Virginians were celebrating earlier this week after they voted for the new proposed maps that would give them more votes, that would give more Democrat votes or seats, I should say. Right? Well, then there's this, because they don't give a damn about the vote of the people. They don't give. your president told you all he needs you to do is vote this one time and you won't have to vote again. Why? Because they're going to strip you of they're going to strip they're either going to strip you of the right to vote, or they're going to strip the effectiveness of your vote, meaning your vote will basically not mean anything. Here we are. A state judge halted Virginia's new congressional maps yesterday, just one day after voters passed a redistricting referendum. Tazewell County, I hope I pronounced that right. Tazewell County Circuit Court Judge Jack Hurley ordered state officials not to certify Tuesday's results and barred steps to implement the new districts. In his ruling, Judge Hurley said the referendum violated multiple parts of the state constitution, including a 90-day public notice requirement. He also called the ballot language, quote, flagrantly misleading, end of quote. Now, the Attorney General, Jay Jones, his office has filed an appeal to the Court of Appeals. But here we are. Here we are. Now, the judge, oh yeah, he was, you want to take a guess how he aligns? You want to take a guess? You want to take a guess? You don't need to guess, do you? You don't. I shouldn't have to tell you, right? He's from the rural southwest of Virginia, so that tells you all you need to know, right? He's a staunch MAGA nut and ultra conservative. Here we are. Here we are. In more news, well, because this makes sense, total sense right here. This story makes all the sense in the world. I come back from off of a 1 week hiatus, and here we are. So, one of the top fucking counterterrorism officials is a raggedy horse skank who's all over the Sugar Daddy's website. That be sugardaddies.com. And one of her Johns, who refused to give her as much money as she wanted, done came out and told all her business. Yes, you're looking at Julia Varvaro, 29-year-old counterterrorism official, one of the highest ranking officials in the counterterrorism division. She's a frequent hot commodity down to the Sugar Daddy's website. Now, apparently, one of her regulars, the guy you see there, one of her Sugar Daddies, she asked him for $40,000. And he gave her the $40,000. She didn't give him everything she wanted. He felt like he got played. She went over there and got on the Trump administration. We all can add one and one and get two to figure out how this bitch got in the Trump administration, who has no experience in counterterrorism. Again, zero. She's never had a job in counterterrorism. She's never even worked for government. But she frequented the sugar daddies website. She got appointed to this senior position in the counterterrorism department May of last year. Now, they say she has a degree in Homeland Security from St. John's University. But the only experience that she really had is attending MAGA events and letting sugar daddies rub her up and spend money on her. That's all the experience you need. See Caroline Levitt, whose husband is what, 65, and that bitch just turned 30, and her husband 65. I mean, this fits the bill. Donald John and his little sycophants, old, ugly, decrepit ass white, pasty ass white men, they want little young 20-somethings to rub on their titties and their ass while they slurp smoothies mixed with Viagra, Levitra, and Cialis. Only experience you need to get some of the most coveted positions in the fucking United States government is having the experience of having them ejaculate in you, on you, or around you. This is what we got going on, little baby. Demetria, this is what we got going on. I think this one is sugardaddies.com. I think they say that's the name of this one. I think they say this one is sugardaddies.com. I think that's what it was. Well, now she's on administrative leave because now the sugar daddy got mad. Let me read this to you. Julia Vaccaro is on administrative leave as a result of the investigation. She is no longer serving in her capacity as a deputy assistant secretary at DHS. And that's according to a statement from the Department of Homeland Security itself. That's now headed by a raging lunatic, Mark Wayne Mullen. Miss Vaccaro, a distinguished graduate of St. John's University's Homeland Security program, says the complaint is nothing more than a jilted ex-boyfriend who is trying to get back at her. Now, his name is Robert B. They haven't given us his last name. He's a divorced business executive. He claims he poured thousands of dollars into this skank and into their relationship until realizing he was little more than a bankroll. Well, sir, you on sugardaddies.com, what the fuck you thought this was? Play your role, bitch. She just went for the sugar daddy to have more money. How many times you think this bitch done been in 1600 Pennsylvania in the Oval Office? According to him and his complaint, even though he was on the sugar daddy's website, he said, quote, "I did not want a sugar daddy prostitution relationship after spending $30,000 to $40,000 for vacations, Cartier jewelry, expensive handbags, and various shopping trips," end of quote. You're on the sugar daddy's website, sir. What did you think you were paying for? Now, let's be clear. We do, Harold. We do. This bitch ain't even cute enough for me to be going through all of this for. But let's continue. I ain't got nothing to do with it. He went on to say, quote, she also told me directly that the $40,000 worth of jewelry on her wrists and ears are all trophies from her sugar daddies. I believe that she's under financial stress and that her actions pose a security risk. Everywhere we went, she'd always order the most expensive things on the menu, like the Wagyu premier cut of Japanese beef. End of quote. He said he spent $1,400 on their first date. He said he took her to a 5-star hotel, and he said, quote, she was like, this is nice, but it's not the Ritz. End of quote. And he said he spent $1,700 for one night. Sir, who you complaining to? I don't care. You are on the sugar daddy's website. I mean, we thank you for your for spilling this tea on us. I'm just saying. You're a whore, a skank. I'm just saying. She ain't even that cute. Right, just give me like $3,000, a month or something. Just a little extra change. I ain't gonna even complain. I'll take the $1,400. I mean, hell, I got 4 for 4 over there. He ain't old. He ain't that old though. But still. I mean, I guess I did because we ain't talked it over a month and like 6 weeks, so. Sir, we don't give a damn about the money you spent, sir. What we care about, let's focus, okay? Can we focus? Focus. Can we focus on the fact that this whore, and I do mean whore, has some of the highest security clearances that you can get in our government as a senior executive in the counterterrorism division. And her best asset is the fact that she might be able to make the letter V in the bedroom. Or has built-in knee pads on her fucking knees. Or can unlock her jaw whenever she gets ready to. You cannot make this shit up. This bitch has some of the highest security clearances that you can get. Baby, I don't know, Cymera. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what's happening. Demetria, I can't make this shit up. Y'all had me out for a week. I come back, and now y'all done gave whores access to all of the government secrets. Yeah, she got the go-go gadget knees. And that came from Janae. It probably ain't good no way. Bitch ain't even throwing it back. Oh, raggedy bitch. She looked like a raggedy bitch that just lay there. Bitch ain't even throwing it back. Oh, raggedy whore. I just wanted y'all to know what was going on. I didn't want y'all to go out there and say the elteddy27 didn't tell you that this raggedy bitch is where she is. Now they say she on administrative leave. Uh-huh. Now that her business is all out on Front Street, she's on administrative leave. I mean, y'all didn't think that this was a security risk. Nobody did a. I mean, they say she literally has dozens and dozens of pictures out there. She's been all over the website. Ain't scrubbed the website. Nobody did a fucking background check. Who's vetting these people? I guess the vetting process is. I guess you go to places like Grinder and sugardaddies.com and places like this for the few heterosexuals that you have in the Republican Party. I guess you want them kind that are into sugar daddies. I wonder how many members of the administration are on rentmen.com. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just I didn't want y'all to be. She's on administrative leave. Mm. Maybe she'll learn how to throw it back, and then they'll bring her back. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Not heading for Dubai. In other news, child, I ain't even halfway through the dossier today. Y'all had so much going on. In other news, Republicans have advanced a bill a measure, I should say, that could possibly land ICE with an additional $140 billion. Because we're still on a partial government shutdown, a record producing partial government shutdown, where DHS is still not funded, they are trying to pass a budget resolution that would not require a 60 vote in the Senate for passage. But this would give ICE, not the entirety of DHS, just ICE, $140 billion, which is more than the budget of most militaries in most first world countries. At this point, ICE has a larger budget than some branches of our actual military. I kid you not. If they add 140 billion to it, that's in addition to the 75 billion that they already got, which will push them well over $200 billion. Here we are. Here we are. Y'all don't got money for Social Security. Y'all don't got money for nothing. Y'all don't have money for people that's doing real jobs in DHS, like FEMA workers and like TSA and people that's doing the real work that we need. But y'all want to pay ICE to come and kill us and beat us down, drag us out of our cars, assault children, and all kinds of stuff. But Republicans in the dark of night did this, just so you know. California had a debate for their gubernatorial election. It was a shit show. It was nothing to see here. It really was nothing to see here. Nobody stood out. It was a fucking shit show. I was mad that they didn't have the black man on there. There was this superintendent of instruction on. They could have let him be up there. They got all these other people up there. It was nothing to see here. Moving on. I didn't care. In an attempt to act like they doing something for people, right? To try, because let me tell you how stupid this is, right? So, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signed an order today to reclassify state licensed medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug. Now, this would shift the designation of licensed medical marijuana from a high level of regulation to a much looser level. It also provides a tax break to licensed medical marijuana operators. However, it does not legalize marijuana use under federal law. But it will have impacts on 40 states that have approved medical marijuana programs. This is all for show. This is all for them trying to act like they helping out. This is their attempt to try to garner the vote of people they think want this legalized. It doesn't legalize anything. And if you live in a state where it's illegal, it doesn't change anything. I don't have time. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe with this. Cash App is in the news. So, Cash App is in the midst of a whole bunch of... He's about to be fired. Cash App is next to go. He's next to go. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. He's going to be next to go. They already fired I forgot to mention, it didn't even make the dossier. They fired the labor secretary. The woman's name escapes me, but she had a whole sex scandal. It ain't even just the men in this administration. They say she was sexually harassing men in her office and shit. And her husband was equally harassing women to the point where her own husband was barred from coming into the fucking office building for the Department of Labor. And this bitch was fired, again, under the cloak of darkness, because she got a whole fucking scandal and doing all types of nefarious ass shit. Again, do y'all recall last year in January, February, March, April, and May, when I was losing my fucking mind, when we had members of the Senate who were Democrats voting to confirm these bitches? Y'all were here. When I was losing my fucking mind because you had fucking Democrats voting to confirm these bitches. Yeah, they said her father was inappropriate too. She had a whole scandal. I ain't even got time to cover that bitch. All kinds of shit going on. Well, apparently, Cash App is finds himself in trouble because they've been reporting that bitch drunk on the clock all the time. They say that bitch be in fucking hotel rooms. They have to get battering rams to fucking break open his fucking hotel room to get in there because this bitch be so hungover and blacked out, drunk and hungover, he can't even report to work the next fucking morning. And several times, these bitches that had to take actual battering rams to break into the hotel rooms. Mind you, he's flying his raggedy ass girlfriend all over the world, not just the country, the world, in private jets belonging to the FBI. And he's drunk off his ass all of the time. Well, according to the New York Times, he had the FBI, which he's director of, investigate a reporter at the New York Times after the New York Times published a story raising concerns about the security arrangements surrounding his girlfriend. According to the reporting from the New York Times on Wednesday, the inquiry into Elizabeth Williamson, the reporter, began in March following an article she reported alleging that Patel used and transportation for his girlfriend, country singer Alexis Wilkins. So because people are reporting on all your malfeasance, you want to have them investigated by the FBI. Because that's illegal, right? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Not out here investigating real crimes. You gutted the civil rights unit. You fired anybody that was doing real work in the FBI. And now you're spending taxpayer money, not on your wife, but on your raggedy ass girlfriend. We have FBI agents that should be working cases that he has on detail to protect his little girlfriend. And because somebody's reporting on it, you had them investigated. I'm surprised you were sober enough to even get to the point where you could, do that. He do look drunk in this picture. CashApp, listen, you might as well resign. When you're the sitting director of the FBI and you get before a podium and they ask the question, are you drunk at work or are you too drunk to do your job? You have a problem. Imagine one of us going to work and just being drunk off our ass like that. Count your days, CashApp. In our last sugar spiky story, thank you, 7 pound, 3 ounce baby Jesus. This story is not getting enough traction. A new federal inquiry into television ratings is drawing sharp backlash, specifically from the LGBTQ plus community and their advocates. They are warning that this could be a turning point in how the government treats queer representation in the media. The FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, led by fuckboy extraordinaire Brendan Carr, announced this week that they opened a public comment period on whether existing TV ratings should be revised to account for what the agency describes as, quote, gender identity themes, end of quote. The move outlined in a formal public notice asks whether parents are being adequately informed when children's programming includes discussions of gender identity and whether additional labeling, or higher ratings may be warranted. Here we are. This is how they start. This is how they start controlling all media. They're going to get this through. It starts with them saying, oh, we need the parents to know if there's a trans person on there. We need the parents to know if there's a conversation about somebody being trans. Then it'll go to, we need the parents to know if there's any gay people on there or any lesbians on there. Then then they're going to start to be open and brazen about it. If it's anti-American, it needs to have a label on there. And they've already told you anything DEI, anything involving diversity, equity, and inclusion, meaning anything that says it's black is DEI, and they are on the record saying that DEI is un-American. And they're going to paint it as this is America, and we don't want any programming for our children that's un-American. And then we'll have all state-sponsored television. The setup has already been done. You have the commissioner of the FCC that's a MAGA nut, and Donald John's personal friend, David Ellison, just bought up all of the media. Does he not now have the largest media and television conglomerate in the history of media? All they have to do is lob a call to their friends. Yeah, slap the label on all that shit. Or have it taken down. It's already set up. Nobody's going to talk about it. Here we are. It's time for our video breakdowns. We way over today. Exactly. Actually, it has to be white male, Christian, heterosexual, rich. You know, the big five, all five infinity stones. Yep. Let's see what our video breakdowns have in store for us today. Here's our first video breakdown.
Probably wondering how I was able to peel my makeup off, and that's exactly what I'm gonna show you because I don't gatekeep. So here's the tutorial.
I thought you was gonna take your wig off. The blood of Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
You know, ladies, is this where we are? Like, you gotta have a whole nother face on top of your face. Is this where we are? Like, is this a thing? Hey, Miss Bay Thing. Is it? I gotta watch it again. What kind of sorcery is happening?
Probably wondering how I was able to peel my makeup off, and that's exactly what I'm gonna show you because I don't gatekeep. So here's the tutorial.
I thought you was gonna take your wig off. The blood of Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
Is this what y'all doing now, ladies? At that point, you're just a whole ass catfish. I'm sorry. It's real, DPG. I went and vetted it out. It's not AI. Like, you can go and search. There are actual videos of ladies doing this foolishness. I don't have this type of time. I don't want it. Here's our next video breakdown.
Oh, you're not sleeping naked. Like,
No, I'm sleeping naked.
What?
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
You gay too?
Gay, nigga, gay.
Are you gay?
I sleep naked.
You sleep naked?
Sleeping naked is DL.
Okay, no. We're not about to do this shit today.
No, okay.
No,
Can I explain? Can I explain?
All right, bro. But no. But mind you, sleeping naked is like, that's the most healthiest way you can sleep. You know what I'm saying? You gotta breathe.
What?
Them bro, your balls have to breathe, my nigga.
Gang,
you know what
you put on some box. Look, first off,
Bro.
sleeping naked is DL because you have no type of defense.
Okay, wait. How is that DL?
Because you have no type of defense around your genitalia or your butt. So you are now more susceptible to somebody slipping something in to you.
Why does his mind go there? Why does his mind go there? That's the shit I be talking about. Why does his mind go there?
What do you mean slip something in?
Yeah, what the fuck?
A spicy pickle, a hot sausage.
Who's slipping a pickle?
Okay, so you basically saying he's waiting to get.
Yes, pretty much. Like you're asking for it. That's like, let's say, you know how.
I never thought of it.
But like,
why the fuck are you thinking of it like that?
I have so many questions here. Hey, Karen. What's going on, Karen? Sir, I'm a gay man. Nothing's just sliding in. That's not how this works. Baby, if you go back there, I'm going to know it. There's no just sliding. If you, sir, can have something just slide on in you like that, sir, you, sir, are already taking it up the booty chute. Up the booty chute. The booty chute. Take it up the booty chute. On the booty chute. Sir, you clearly, who's worried when they go to bed at fucking night in their own house? Let me make sure I have these boxers on in case the secret gay boogeyman comes here and slides it in, because my asshole, my booty hole is so open and so lubed up that it's just going to slide in effortlessly and I'm never going to know. Let me tell you something, sir. The least of your worries, at the point where they going up in you like that, and you got to worry about that all the time, you need to either find you a new house, get you a better security system. I don't understand how this happens. Who's sleeping that hard? If you're an alleged straight man, sir, why are you... let's get to the next video breakdown. I don't have this type of time. Baby, my booty hole is tight. I'm like a newborn baby over here. It's like a brick wall over here. You ain't just sliding up in nowhere. Baby, no. There's a process. Baby, listen. Yeah. Like, that is not normal. Right. You over there laying and waiting. You act like people be, because I sleep naked. I'm sleeping lubed up and open, face down, ass up, toot that thing up, mommy, make it roll. I mean, let me move on. I don't have this type of time. I don't. Here's our last video breakdown. this what we have to look forward to, Tracy? Tracy! Antonia! Is this the fuck shit that we have to look forward to in fucking New York City? If so, I'm here for all of it. Like, it's the man that was laid on his side with his meat whipped out, peeing all over the fucking floor like that was normal. Or the other man dressed as the turkey, carving a whole ass turkey. You literally brought a whole ass turkey on this motherfucking side. I'm not doing this with you people. I'm not doing this with y'all. Those are our video breakdowns of the day. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed them. We have to say congratulations to J.R. Smith, former NBA player J.R. Smith, who went and enrolled down to the North Carolina A&T and will be graduating from North Carolina A&T. Congratulations to him. You know, he had went enrolled and went to school and joined the golf team over there and stuff. He gonna be walking across the stage. I mean, he's 40 years old, and we real happy for him. Go ahead, get it how you live, honey. He actually joined the NBA, if I recall, right out of high school. Somebody will check me on that. But I vividly remember J.R. Smith joined the NBA right out of high school, right before they put the 1 year, the minimum 1 year restriction on. Because I think Kevin Durant was a part of that. I think Kevin Durant's year was when they said you have to be in school at least 1 year before you can enter. You have to be in college at least 1 year before you can join the NBA. Anyway, I don't know, but he's a hell of a golfer. I ain't gonna hold you. But congratulations, JR. In other news, I mean, first of all, the fact that it took them this long to arrest this man for the murder of that girl is beyond my level of comprehension. This is not really about the fact that he got arrested and is about to start trial for the murder of that Celeste Rivas Hernandez girl, right? But it's the fact that, one, she was 14, and now they say they found, quote, a significant amount of child pornography, end of quote, all through his phone. So one can only imagine what that girl probably endured before she died. So now they're adding additional charges to his case. Sir, you're never getting out of jail. You'll be in prison for the rest of your life. Remember, they found the remains of her body dismembered and decomposed in the back of his in the truck of the Tesla. And he just abandoned the Tesla like nobody was gonna find it. And then pleaded not guilty. They took the man's phone, went through the phone, and baby said he has a significant amount of child pornography. We're not surprised. You are on trial for the dismemberment, the murder, dismemberment, and dismemberment of a 14-year-old girl. You're a monster. I hope you never get out. You're a monster. A monster. Yeah, he went on tour and wouldn't even stop the tour. These people are sick bastards. In other news, people are saying that this is a good thing. I really don't think so. So remember, we covered this case. On the right, you got James Pierce, who was a defensive end for the Atlanta Falcons. And then on the left, you have Rakia Jackson, who plays for the LA Sparks, right? Remember, I did the story. He was stalking her. They had broke up. He was stalking her. She was down in Miami, down in Doral. He ran her down in her car, cut her car off, and all of that type of stuff right in front of the police station and stuff. And she said she was in fear that he was going to take her life. Remember that? We reported on all of that. Well, apparently, he will have all criminal charges stemming from his February arrest in a domestic dispute dismissed if he successfully completes a 6-month pretrial intervention program offered by the state of Florida. According to the agreement, he must attend therapy sessions and remain out of legal trouble for 6 months, according to Atlanta sports radio host Andy Slater, who first reported the development. His attorney confirmed that he and the involved police officers consented to the resolution. No admission of guilt is required, and the case will be dismissed upon successful completion of the program. This is a problem. This black woman is in fear of her life, and there's no admission of guilt. All charges will be dismissed, and you say he just got to go to a 6-month program and not get in any legal trouble for 6 months? You think he's magically going to be changed in that 6 months, and he's not going to come? I'm afraid, and I told y'all back when this first started, this is the kind of shit the girl told you he's a problem. The man was brazen enough to do this shit where he said he'll kill himself and her in front of the fucking police station. So y'all not going to be happy till this girl is dead somewhere, right? It ain't going to be real till she dead and gone. Because y'all don't give a damn about black women. I'm getting, let me move. I'm getting real triggered. In our last story of the day, like I said during that time, she must be ain't got no uncles, no brothers, no nothing. Because baby, let me tell you something. Couldn't have been my family. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Couldn't have been mine. Couldn't have been in mine. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. In the ongoing saga between Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman, so apparently Drew Sidora is claiming that Ralph beats their child, beat the son. She told the court she didn't have the, remember she told the court she didn't have the money to move and all of that stuff, and now she got to get out and all of that stuff, right? Well, now she's saying that he beats the son. She says she's confused as to why the court ruled in his favor when he has a, quote, documented history of physically abusing the party's son, end of quote. She says there's a documented history of him beating their son. So she'll understand why they put the kids in his custody. She pulling out, her and her legal team are pulling out all the stops at this point. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what's going on. I'm not there. I don't know what's going on. What y'all think? I mean, my thing is always err on the side of the safety of the children, but I don't know the circumstances. I don't know if it's a situation where the child get a little pow pow. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to go into someone's home and tell them how to discipline their child. You know what I'm saying? Well, thank you, Miss Baythang, for gifting DPG with the membership. Thank you. But so like I said, I don't know enough. I've seen cases where they call the police because the child got a spanking. One parent think that you shouldn't touch the child at all. Another parent thinks that the child can get a spanking. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know. I don't know which son she talking about, because TMZ ain't say which one. But I'm of the notion, if y'all married and that child is living in the house and we're married, in my estimation, if that's your husband, he should have the right to discipline the child. Now, I'm not saying that whatever that looks like in your home, I don't know if that's a spanking. I don't know if that's time out or, but again, I don't live in that house. I can't tell y'all what to do with your children. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But I will say her legal team clearly is saying, oh, we're pulling out all the stops. Because they're going to child abuse now. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing. I got to get out of here. That's the dossier, y'all. We're supposed to be live at 8 o'clock. Me, Ebby, and Really B. We're supposed to be live at 8 o'clock to review Chasing. I don't know. Thank you for your Cash App, The Inform. Thank you, sir, for your Cash App. But I'm not sure. I think we on Really B platform. Don't make me lie. It's gonna be on one of it. It's not mine. I know that. It ain't mine. Because I did it last time. So if I did it last time, that means it's Really B. We on Really B. We're on Really B's platform. So that's what we'll be. Tonight should be 8 o'clock. Y'all meet us there. I'm glad to be back. I'm not going out of town again for some time. At least a month. So you'll have more of me. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Tomorrow's Friday. You will come up on the panel and talk to me tomorrow, and we'll have a good time with that, and we will have Silly Saturday this Saturday. So looking forward to it. That's all I got for y'all. Some of y'all I'll see at 8 o'clock. Others of you all I'll see tomorrow. Until such a time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. So glad to be back. I missed you too.